Humans have been trying to outsmart nature for ages now, but it has a habit of establishing who's in charge. We like to tell ourselves Mother Nature is very pretty, but it isn't so pretty when it hits us with large bug invasions, city-sinking tsunamis, or destructive earthquakes. In one way or another, we're reminded of how powerless we stand against the power of Mother Nature. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be talking about events that look like they came straight out of a horror apocalyptic film. We'll be talking about massive destruction and death. Keep watching as we present to you 20 times Mother Nature got angry on camera. Floods are scary, all right? And the worst part about them is that they can happen anywhere. Floods are simply the overflow of water onto land, but not just some mild form of spillage. They're powerful enough to tear down whole cities. They can usually be caused by heavy rainfalls, melting snow caps, or even storm surges. Watch how lava gets spilled out of this volcano in Iceland. The eruption of lava began on March 19, 2021 on the outskirts of Mount Fagradalsfjall, about 20 miles, 40 kilometers southwest of the capital of Reykjavik. Instead of running away to find shelter, people actually rushed to visit the site. Experts believe that around 300,000 cubic meters of lava spilled out. It's not unusual for Denver to find itself covered in snow, but it received 24.1 inches in March of 2021 around Colorado, shutting down the whole area. More than 10,000 people were deprived of electricity. People got stuck on the highway, and the whole city got sealed down. And this is only the fourth largest snowstorm in Denver's history. On September 4, 2018, Japan was hit by one of the most destruction-causing typhoons. The Typhoon Jebi, or Typhoon 21, came in from the west and hit the city of Osaka. It gradually picked up more and more speed as it caused massive power outages and many citizens to flee the affected areas. On June 18, 2019, Yamagata, Japan, became the epicenter of one of the world's most deadliest earthquakes. A magnitude 6.4 earthquake shook the whole Hokuriku region, an area best known for being on fault lines as it's received earthquakes like this in the past. A tsunami warning was issued and areas like Nagara received tsunamis as high as 10 centimeters. A Category 5 hurricane named Michael struck the coast of Panama City Beach in Florida, causing massive destruction on October 6, 2018. The hurricane lasted for 10 days and affected Florida, the Florida Panhandle, Mexico Beach, and moving upwards to Cuba. It became Hurricane Gonzales and wrecked the cities there. At least 74 people died, and damages worth $25.1 billion are attributed to this horrible storm. The Little Wild Horse Slot Canyon is the prettiest place to visit in the sun, but not when it rains. Flash floods in the narrow crevices of the canyon have led to many deaths. Just recently, 7 hikers from California and Nevada got caught up in its torrential currents and were swept away to their deaths. Previously, 11 people had died in the flash floods of 1997. Behold, a fire tornado. Just like the name suggests, this is a tornado of fire. Made as the result of the meeting of extreme heat and turbulent winds, this phenomenon of firenadoes was first recorded in 2003 Canberra bushfires in Australia. The most recent recorded fire tornado was recorded in Sacramento, California in July of 2020. The National Weather Service rated the event as an EF3 level tornado with the amount of destruction it caused. Watch closely as these 8 houses on the coast of Alta, Norway, float away by a landslide. This iconic landslide occurred in June of 2020 and was 2,000 feet wide and 500 feet high. A local resident was able to record this as he escaped. Thankfully, there were no injuries and people were successfully evacuated. Many of the buildings are holiday homes, which would have likely been fully occupied during the public holiday just 48 hours beforehand. No, that isn't snow on the ground, that's ice. This video of a hailstorm on this village looks marvelous, but is pretty deadly and destructive. Hailstones are formed when raindrops are carried upward by thunderstorm updrafts into extreme cold areas of the atmosphere and freeze. Weather warnings are issued in cases where ice stones become as large as golf balls. Avalanches are a mountain climber's worst fear. This guitarist who traveled to Nepal's Kapuche Glacier got to witness that fear in real time. As he was in the midst of recording a musical selfie, the musician saw a huge avalanche climbing down from the mountain behind him. Just imagine the sheer terror and helplessness of it. Sinkholes are scary. Just imagine the thought of the ground beneath you caving in, taking you inside its dark depths. Watch closely as this Toronto transport cab gets swallowed in this sinkhole. The event occurred in October of 2018. Thankfully, the driver survived, but the sinkhole opened up the call to fix the local underground infrastructure. People don't get out alive when hit by lightning strikes, but miraculously, this 16-year-old survived. The teenager said he went out in the storm to capture a picture of the lightning, and that's when he got struck by it. He was rushed to the ER but came out alive. Nature was clearly angry in California in 2017. In January, heavy floods had caused drought-like conditions and destroyed valuable infrastructure. 2 months later, Santa Ana winds brought about the largest wildfires California had ever seen. 47 people died, and nearly 10,000 structures were either burnt to a crisp or damaged severely. Not to mention, it was the hottest year on record in America at that time. The December 2019 eruption on the Waiakere, or otherwise called the White Island eruption, was one of the deadliest recorded eruptions in New Zealand history. Tourists tried to escape, but only half survived. 22 people lost their lives and many others were injured. The tourists who went deep had recorded the moments a few seconds before eruption. Northern Sumatra, Indonesia saw its deadliest earthquake and tsunami in December of 2004. The magnitude of the earthquake was a whopping 9.1. The waves of the tsunami reached 30 meters high and an estimated 227,898 people were killed. The tsunami hadn't just affected Indonesia. 14 other countries, including Thailand and Sri Lanka, were also struck with force. Summers in Europe are becoming increasingly difficult to survive, all due to heat waves. Heat waves of June and July 2019 caused temperatures to reach 45 degrees Celsius in France. Several thousand animals weren't able to survive. Many died because of poor ventilation in barns. An estimated 70,000 deaths occurred across Europe, and some say the number is much higher. Most people don't know, but a lot of meteorites make it past the Earth's stratosphere. Most of these meteorites fall in Serbia and Russia, considering how vast of a space Serbia has. On February 15, 2013, the Chelyabinsk meteorite fell in the southern Ural region of Russia. No one died, but 1,613 people were injured, with 7,200 buildings damaged. It's considered the biggest non-fatal meteorite crash on Earth, with the huge rock itself weighing around 10,000 metric tons. Lightning sprites looked like a bunch of scary-looking alien UFOs. For a long time, the existence of such phenomenon was denied, but in 2013, a team of researchers from the University of Minnesota captured graphic pictures of these rare lightning strikes, and since then, many have caught them on camera. Mammatus clouds are pretty scary, depends on how you look at them. They look surreal and are made of ice formed usually from thunderstorm anvils clouds. These clouds usually appear before or after a heavy thunderstorm. Some people associate them with bad weather conditions, but that's not always true. Similarly, many people think these clouds move downwards, which also isn't true. That was our list of the 20 moments Mother Nature got angry on camera. Which one terrified you the most? Let us know in the comments section below. If you like this video, leave a fat thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!